Welcome to This Explainer. Have you ever felt like you learned absolutely everything there is to know about a topic, only to completely freeze up when it's time to actually do it? Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Today, we're dismantling a massive learning myth, and we're going to equip you with a really powerful framework to bridge that agonizing gap between theoretical learning and real-world success. So let's dive right into this by asking a genuinely tough question. Does a new degree mean real-time success? See, we naturally tend to overestimate our skill sets right after we acquire a new piece of knowledge or maybe earn a meritorious degree. And hey, it feels great, right? But does acquiring that theoretical background actually make us competent enough for immediate real-time success? Spoiler alert, no. The new graduate with a shiny business degree rarely knows how to fix the office paper jam on day one, let alone navigate complex corporate negotiations. There's a very real disconnect between knowing and doing. To answer that, we'll use this roadmap. Number 1, the fallacy of overestimation. Number 2, knowledge, the conceptual foundation. Number 3, attitude, the motivation engine. Number 4, skills, practical real-world execution. And finally, number 5, habits, the ultimate payoff. Section 1, the fallacy of overestimation. This fallacy is the ultimate trap for ambitious people. It's this incredibly common belief that just because we crammed some new information into our brains, we're automatically ready to conquer the real world. You know, we treat the degree, the certification, or even just finishing a book as the absolute finish line. But in reality, it's just the starting block. We kind of assume that reading a book on how to swim means we won't drown when thrown into the deep end. And honestly, that overconfidence can severely delay our actual growth. The ultimate solution to this widespread problem is KASH. K-A-S-H. That stands for knowledge, attitude, skill, and habit. These are the 4 foundational factors of learning, and they go entirely hand in hand with how successful we are in both our personal and professional lives. Because these 4 factors directly dictate your real-world results, understanding how to manage and balance them isn't just helpful, it's literally the ultimate cheat code for your life. If you miss even one of these letters, the whole framework just collapses. Section 2, knowledge, the conceptual foundation. Basically, knowledge is the raw data in your head. It's the hard facts, the history, and the theoretical understanding of subjects that you've managed to absorb from school, work, your friends, and just your surrounding environment. Think of it like installing software on a computer. It improves your overall intelligence and your ability to understand complex social and economic concepts, effectively giving you the operating system you need to generate greater results. Building this database of knowledge is a lifetime pursuit, for sure, but it is only the very first piece of the puzzle. To actively build this foundation, you really need to be intentional. Try this out. Sit down and brainstorm exactly what you want to learn right now, today. Next, keep a running brag document or a log of what you've actually learned in your career and life. And don't be afraid to post your discoveries online or record them in a private journal. Cataloging your knowledge is the absolutely crucial first step to actually leveraging it. When you physically write down what you know, it's like you solidify that new software right into your brain. Section 3. Attitude. The motivation engine. Having knowledge isn't enough on its own. Attitude isn't just a small part of the equation. Good attitude is everything. Seriously, everything. With solid knowledge on your side, it's your attitude that actually keeps you going when things get impossibly tough. It acts as the ultimate motivation engine, determining your enthusiasm and driving you to expand your horizons. You can have all the theoretical data in the world, but if your attitude is defeatist, well, that knowledge is just going to sit there collecting dust in your mind. You can build this internal engine daily by intentionally cultivating a positive outlook. This means actively practicing self-awareness about how a bad mood can completely tank your performance. It's actually fascinating how our state of mind governs our stamina. Simple, practical things like curating a clean, relaxing workspace, listening to an upbeat playlist, or just grabbing coffee with a positive mentor can completely shift your state of mind. You've got to aggressively protect your mindset and surround yourself with influences that fuel your engine rather than drain it. Section 4, skills, practical, real-world execution. Now we make the vital leap from the mind to the hands. People constantly confuse knowledge and skills, but here is the crucial contrast. Knowledge is the conceptual information inside your head, while skill is your practical ability to actually perform the task out in the wild. You must have the knowledge to perform skillful work, absolutely. But whether it's interpersonal communication, closing a massive sale, or time management, it's the skill sets that help you execute. You might know exactly how a sales pitch works in theory, but smoothly handling objections and closing a deal under immense pressure, that requires hard-earned skill. Turning that theory into a real skill takes immense, often unglamorous dedication through training and experience. But the real differentiator in life isn't natural talent, it's grit. There's a great saying: hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. You have to dedicate yourself to relentless practice. We all love the idea of effortless genius, but the reality is that the people who execute at the highest levels are the ones who put in the agonizing reps when no one else is watching. Effort will always outperform lazy, natural ability. So, how do you actually build these skills? Start by taking a brutally honest inventory of what you can currently do and what you desperately want to improve. Then commit to relentless practice. But whatever you do, don't do it in a vacuum. Find a mentor or an instructor who is willing to give you brutal, honest feedback. You need an external set of eyes to assess your execution, correct your form, and ultimately help you operate at a much higher level than you could ever reach on your own. Section 5. Habits, the ultimate payoff. Finally, we reach the last stage of our roadmap where everything comes together. There is a magic number when it comes to human behavior, and that number is 21. When combined with a positive mental attitude, the skills you consistently practice take about 21 days to develop into lasting habits. Now, while psychologists sometimes debate the exact timeline, the principle absolutely holds true. If you can force yourself to consciously practice a new skill for just 3 straight weeks, it begins to become an automatic, permanent part of who you are. The friction disappears, and execution just becomes second nature. Positive habits are critical because the personal payoff to your career and success is fundamentally determined by what you do daily. You may have encyclopedic knowledge, you may have a relentlessly good attitude, and your skills may be completely unrivaled. But if you don't make it a daily habit to consistently practice what you know, the cash out of the KASH framework simply will not arrive. Good habits are what wake you up early, force you to ignore the cold weather, make you work hard, and ensure you spend less than you earn. They are the invisible architecture of your success. To embed these habits into your life without getting completely overwhelmed by the end goal, you have to chunk down your ambitions. Set realistic, practical goals that actually help you build momentum. Divide your massive, intimidating projects into tiny, manageable daily and weekly tasks. The secret is to avoid looking at the top of the mountain. Instead, just ask yourself, what is the single most important micro task I need to complete today to move the needle? Pinpoint that one thing and then just do it. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought. Think about everything you've learned recently. What is the very first, incredibly small step you will take today to turn your theoretical knowledge into an unstoppable habit? What's the one thing you're going to do right after this ends to step out of the fallacy of overestimation and start truly executing?